My beloved, listen closely. If you have found your way to these words, understand it is no accident. There is a stirring in your spirit that has drawn you here, a quiet knowing that something within you is different, set apart, and often misunderstood. You have felt it. The subtle shift in a room when you enter, the unexplained tension in certain conversations, the feeling of being watched, studied, or quietly opposed. You may have questioned yourself, wondering if you are imagining things. My precious one, today I tell you with certainty, you are not. What you are sensing is real. It is the spiritual reaction to the hidden light I have placed inside you. This light is not of your own making. It is my imprint upon your spirit, a sacred signature that marks you as my own. It does not shout. It does not boast. It simply is. It is the essence of my presence within you, radiating a frequency of truth, peace, and authority that the natural world cannot replicate. This light within you is your most authentic self, the core of who I created you to be before the world tried to shape you otherwise. It is unshakable, pure, and carries a weight of glory that human language struggles to describe. When you walk into a space, you carry this atmosphere with you. You are not merely a physical body entering a room. You are a spiritual being bringing my presence into that environment. Others, whether they are aware of it or not, are spiritual beings first. Their spirits perceive your light long before their minds comprehend what is happening. This is why you sense a reaction before a word is spoken. Their unease is not primarily about your personality, your words, or your actions, though they may attribute it to those things. Their disquiet is a spirit-level response to the divine light shining from within you. This light acts as a mirror. It does not intentionally expose or condemn. Its very nature reveals. In its gentle glow, hidden things begin to surface. The insecurities, the unresolved pains, the hidden agendas, and the areas of compromise in others feel illuminated, not by your judgment, but by the contrast your light creates. People who are comfortable in shadows will instinctively flinch from a sudden soft light. They do not know why they feel confronted, why they feel the need to guard themselves around you, or why they feel a strange mix of attraction and irritation toward you. They are reacting to their own inner condition being highlighted by the peace and wholeness you carry. You, my precious one, might be simply going about your day, focused on your tasks, desiring only to live in peace. You are not trying to provoke anyone. Yet your very existence provokes a spiritual crisis in those who are not at rest within themselves. Your calm exposes their chaos. Your assurance highlights their doubt. Your silent strength underscores their fragility. Your light does not accuse, it simply is, and in its being, it asks a silent question of every heart it touches. Why are you not at peace? This unspoken inquiry is what stirs the unease. It is the reason for the sideways glances, the guarded conversations, and the feeling that you are being measured against a standard you did not set. You must understand this foundational truth. Their unease is not your burden to carry. It is not a sign that you should dim your light, make yourself smaller, or try to blend into the shadows to make others more comfortable. That light is my gift to you and my instrument in the world. I placed it within you for such a time as this. The discomfort it causes is often the first step toward my drawing a heart to myself. Your assignment is not to manage their reactions, but to steward the light faithfully, to let it shine with ever-increasing brightness, trusting that I am working through its quiet, revealing power. Do you feel the resonance of this truth in your spirit? Does it name the vague sensations you have carried? If this understanding finds a home within you, affirm it now. Speak it. Let your heart echo with the declaration, I receive this truth. For this is only the beginning. We are peeling back the layers to reveal the profound purpose behind what you have experienced. Stay with me, my beloved. There is much more to see. My beloved, stay with me now. We have uncovered the first layer, the reality of the light you carry, and its simple, revealing power. But now we must go deeper, into the very soil from which this unease in others grows. It is not random. It is a specific, spiritual symptom. When your light shines, it touches something dormant and restless within them, a deep, often unrecognized longing. Your presence does not only expose what is hidden, it awakens a memory of what was lost. It stirs a homesickness for a place they have never been, for a peace they have never owned, for an authenticity they have long ago buried. You see, my precious one, every human spirit was created to carry my light. It is their original design, their true nature. But through the lies of the world, the wounds of life, and the choices made in fear, that inner connection has been severed for many. The light within them has grown dim, covered over, or neglected. They have learned to navigate by the dim, flickering lamps of human approval, material gain, and ego-driven success. Then you walk in. You, perhaps without even a word, carry a steady, gentle flame. You are living proof that the original design is not a myth. You are a walking reminder of what a heart looks like when it is anchored in me. This is why they watch you. They are not merely observing your behavior. They are, at a spirit level, studying a blueprint. They are trying to understand how you operate, how you maintain your calm, where your strength comes from. They long for what you have, but they misunderstand its source. They think it is your technique, your discipline, your personality. They try to copy your habits, mimic your speech, or adopt your methods, hoping to replicate the glow. But they cannot, because what they are craving is not a lifestyle. It is a life connected to me. Their unease is therefore a compound feeling. It is the discomfort of their own lack, mixed with the magnetic pull of the wholeness they see in you. This creates a profound inner conflict. Part of them is drawn to your light, hoping some of it will rub off, that proximity might bless them. Another part is repelled, because your light makes their own shadows seem darker by contrast. This conflict manifests as hot and cold behavior. One day they seek you out, the next they avoid you. They may offer a compliment that feels edged with resentment. They may ask for your advice, but then resist it. Do not be confused by this, my child. You are witnessing the struggle between their spirit's deep hunger and their soul's stubborn resistance. You must see them with my eyes in this moment. Their jealousy, their passive aggression, their silent competition, it is all the language of a starved heart. They are not your enemies. They are captives to a poverty they do not know how to escape. Your light is a key rattling the lock on their cage, and the noise frightens them. The very thing that could free them is the thing they initially push against. This is a spiritual law. So when you are met with coldness, understand it may be the chill of fear. When you are met with gossip, understand it may be the sound of their own insecurities being vocalized. When you are met with opposition, understand it may be a last stand for a familiar, broken way of living. This understanding is crucial for your own heart, my precious one. It protects you from taking their reactions personally. It transforms what feels like a personal attack into a spiritual observation. It allows you to stand in compassion rather than offense, in prayer rather than retaliation. Your role is not to convince them or to explain yourself. Your role is to remain steadfast in your light. Your consistent, unwavering glow is the truest sermon you will ever preach. It is a silent invitation, day after day, to something higher and deeper. Does this shift your perspective, my beloved? Does it help you see beyond the surface behavior of those around you? If this truth is settling into your spirit, acknowledge it. Let your heart echo this understanding. Speak it softly now. I see with greater compassion, for we are not done. We must now look at the practical ways this spiritual dynamic plays out in your daily life. The hidden battle is real, and you need to recognize its tactics. My beloved, we have laid the foundation. You carry a light, That light awakens a longing. Now we must bring this truth into the plane, daily moments where you feel its effects most keenly. For this is not a distant spiritual theory, it is the very atmosphere of your life. The unease you sense materializes in 1,000 subtle ways. I call you to recognize them, not so you may become paranoid, but so you may walk in discernment and profound peace. This is the hidden battle, fought not with weapons you can see, but in the realm of glances, tones, and silences. Begin by observing the silence that falls when you enter a space. It is a specific kind of quiet, not one of peace, but of paused conversation. It is the sound of words left unsaid, of a topic quickly changed. You feel it, my precious one. Your spirit registers the shift in energy before your mind can process it. This is not your imagination. It is the collective, often unconscious reaction of those whose private dialogue cannot coexist with your public presence. Your light creates an accountability their shadows would rather avoid. The jokes that demean, the complaints that bind, the gossip that poisons, these things wither in the atmosphere you carry. So, they wait for you to pass, or they retreat into a superficial politeness that feels heavy with what is withheld. Then, observe the eyes. You are being studied, not with admiration, but with analysis. They watch how you handle stress, how you respond to injustice, how you navigate a crisis. They are looking for a crack in your composure, a flaw in your character, a moment where your light flickers. They seek confirmation that you are, deep down, just as troubled, insecure, and reactive as they are. When you remain steady, it confounds them. When you respond to harshness with quiet dignity, it unsettles their worldview. Their gaze, then, is not just observation. It is an interrogation. They are trying to solve the mystery of your peace. Listen to the language used around you. Notice the empty compliments, words that sound like praise but feel devoid of warmth. "You're always so together," said with a faint smile. "It must be nice to be so strong," tinged with a sigh. These are not affirmations, my child. They are expressions of perceived distance. They are the verbal evidence of the gap between their inner experience and yours. Also, heed the gentle dismissals. Your ideas may be met with a patronizing, "That's a nice thought, but..." or your concerns may be brushed aside as you being too sensitive. This is a tactic to dim your light by minimizing its source, your insight, your perception, your unique way of knowing. You will also encounter the strategy of isolation. You may find yourself left out of loops, omitted from invitations, or positioned just outside the circle of camaraderie. This is a deliberate, though often unspoken, attempt to make you question your place and your worth. The message is, you do not belong with us. This is a lie, but it is a painful one. They create this distance because true intimacy requires a level of authenticity they cannot sustain in your light. It is easier to keep you at arm's length than to be confronted by their own masked selves in the closeness of relationship. Perhaps one of the most draining manifestations is the emotional vortex. Some individuals, deeply uneasy in their own spirit, will unconsciously attempt to pull you into their chaos. They will bring you dramas, demand your emotional labor, and project their anxieties onto you, all while resenting the very steadiness they seek from you. They want your light to serve their darkness, to soothe their symptoms without requiring them to address the root. When you, led by my spirit, offer peace instead of panic, wisdom instead of commiseration, you will often be met with disappointment or accusation. They wanted a partner in their storm. You offered an anchor. Not all are ready for the anchor. My beloved, recognize these patterns. See them for what they are, the predictable symptoms of a world encountering a light it cannot comprehend. This is your training ground. Each silent room is teaching you to carry your peace into any atmosphere. Each watching eye is teaching you to rest under my gaze alone. Each dismissive word is teaching you that my affirmation is your truth. Each season of isolation is teaching you that my company is sufficient. Each emotional pull is teaching you to guard the sacred well of your spirit. Do you recognize these battles? Has this naming brought clarity to your confusion? If so, let your spirit settle into this new discernment. Affirm the insight rising within you. Speak this declaration of understanding. I am not shaken, I am being schooled. There is more, my precious one. For we must now talk about the most important person in this entire dynamic, you, and what this process is doing within you. My beloved, listen with a tender heart now. We have looked outward, at the light you carry, and the reactions it stirs. But we must now turn the light inward, upon your own soul. For this journey of being set apart is not merely about how others see you. Its deepest work is in who you are becoming. The unease of others, the silent battles, the moments of isolation, these are not random hardships. They are my precise tools in the sacred workshop of your spirit. I am using the very friction they create to polish, strengthen, and solidify the gem of your true self. Feel within yourself the first transformation, the deepening of your roots. When human approval proves fickle, when inclusion is withdrawn, when your efforts are met with coldness, you are faced with a choice. Will you contort yourself to regain their warmth, or will you sink your roots deeper into the soil of my love and approval? Every time you choose the latter, you become less swayed by the winds of human opinion. Your peace ceases to be dependent on your environment. You are learning to draw your sustenance from a source they cannot see and cannot touch. This is not loneliness, my precious one. This is the ultimate empowerment. You are being unshackled from a prison you did not even know confined you. Notice the second work, the refinement of your discernment. You are learning to see not just with your eyes, but with your spirit. You can now distinguish between a kind word and a flattering word, between a genuine offer and a disguised obligation, between a season of solitude and an attack of isolation. This discernment is a weapon of peace. It allows you to navigate complex social waters without being capsized by hidden currents. You no longer waste your sacred energy on battles I have not called you to fight, or on relationships I am in the process of closing. You are learning the rhythm of my spirit, when to engage and when to withdraw, when to speak and when to hold a holy silence. This is the wisdom that kings and prophets sought. Can you feel the third forging? It is your strengthening resilience. In the past, a harsh word, a rejection, a betrayal might have sent you into a spiral of self-doubt for days. Now, you feel the sting. You may retreat to tend the wound with me, but you do not break. You are discovering a core of spiritual steel within your being. You are realizing that your identity is not damaged by their misunderstanding. It is confirmed by it. Each time you withstand a wave of opposition without lashing out or crumbling, you are proving to your own soul the reality of the strength I have placed within you. You are not becoming hard, my child. You are becoming resilient, able to bear the weight of your calling without buckling. There is a fourth, precious development, the purification of your motives. When you realize that good deeds can be met with jealousy and kindness with suspicion, you begin to do things for an audience of one. You serve because I have called you to serve, not for the applause that may or may not come. You speak truth because it is truth, not because it will make you popular. You walk in integrity because it pleases me, not because it earns you a reputation. This purification is painful, for it burns away the last vestiges of performing for the world. But what emerges is a freedom you have never known, the freedom to be fully yourself, without editing, because the only opinion that defines you is mine. My beloved, this process is also birthing in you a profound and quiet authority. This is not the loud, demanding authority of the world. It is the authority of a soul at rest. It is the authority that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. You no longer need to announce your presence. You simply carry it. You no longer need to fight for your place. You understand that I have ordained your standing. This unshakable inner knowing commands a respect that no title or position ever could. It is why people you have never led will begin to look to you for guidance. It is why, in a crisis, eyes will turn to you. They are drawn to the steadiness born of this very refining fire. Do you see it, my precious one? The very things meant to discourage you are the instruments I am using to build you. The silence is teaching you to hear my voice more clearly. The opposition is teaching you to stand more firmly. The loneliness is teaching you the depth of my companionship. You are not a victim of their unease. You are a student in my classroom, and the curriculum is designed to make you radiant, unshakable, and effective for the purpose I have prepared for you. Let this truth wash over you and heal any lingering sense of injustice or pain. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not being rejected. You are being refined. Let your heart agree with this holy process. Speak this declaration of surrender and understanding over your spirit now. I yield to the work within me. My beloved, now we arrive at a crucial turning point. Understanding the light, the reactions, and the inner refining work is vital. But knowledge alone is not power. Power is knowledge applied with wisdom. You must now learn how to live within this reality. How do you navigate your daily world? Not as a fragile vessel fearing every ripple, but as a grounded, purposeful steward of this sacred light. The key, my precious one, is not in changing others or controlling environments. It is in mastering the posture of your own spirit. This is your sacred practice. First, you must cultivate intentional grounding. Each morning, before you step into the world, you must consciously root yourself in my presence. This is not a passive wish. It is an active tethering. See yourself as a tree, and your spirit sending roots deep into the rich soil of my love, my truth, my peace. Drink deeply from that well. Let your first thoughts be of me. Your first words be to me. Establish your center before you face the day. When you are firmly rooted, the winds of other people's moods, opinions, and silent conflicts cannot uproot you. You will feel the breeze, but you will not break. This daily grounding is your non-negotiable armor. Second, you must adopt the mantle of silent observation. I am not calling you to suspicion or paranoia, but to holy watchfulness. When you enter a room and feel the shift, do not tense with anxiety. Instead, settle into a place of quiet observation within your spirit. Let your internal dialogue be a prayer. I see this. I feel this. I commit this atmosphere to you. Do not rush to fill the silence with nervous chatter. Do not scramble to make people comfortable. Simply be anchored in me. Observe without immediately interpreting or reacting. This pause creates a spiritual space where my discernment can flow to you, showing you the heart of the matter, revealing whether to speak, to stay, or to gracefully withdraw. Third, you must practice deliberate blessing. This is your most powerful counter-strategy. When you sense unease directed at you, when you hear the whisper of gossip, when you feel the chill of exclusion, your flesh will cry out for defense or withdrawal. But I call you to a higher law, the law of love that disarms darkness. In the privacy of your heart, bless them. Speak my favor over them. Say, I release you to peace. I bless you with the wholeness you seek. Do this not with a sense of superiority, but from the overflow of the security you have in me. This act of spiritual blessing does several things. It protects your own heart from bitterness. It disrupts the unseen spiritual currents of jealousy, and it aligns you with my nature, which is to love even when misunderstood. Fourth, you must guard your sacred narrative. The world will try to define you by its reactions. It will try to tell you that you are too much or not enough, that you are intimidating, aloof, or strange. You must actively and verbally guard the truth of who you are in me. When those false narratives whisper, speak my truth aloud over yourself. I am a child of light. I am anchored in perfect love. I carry a peace that surpasses understanding. My worth is settled eternally. Your words have creative power. Use them to fortify the walls of your identity against the siege of misperception. Fifth, embrace the ministry of peaceful presence. Your primary calling in many situations is not to preach, not to correct, not to fix, but simply to be there, filled with my light and peace. You are a living sanctuary. In meetings, in families, in conflict, your calm presence is a testimony. Your refusal to engage in gossip is a proclamation. Your steady demeanor in crisis is a sermon. Do not underestimate the transformative power of simply maintaining your connection to me in the midst of chaos. Your peaceful presence is a tangible, spiritual force that alters the atmosphere and gives others permission to breathe, to hope, to remember there is another way. Finally, my beloved, you must build altars of remembrance. Create mental and spiritual markers of the times I have vindicated you, protected you, and turned opposition into advancement. When a new challenge arises, return to those altars. Remember how I made a way before. This practice builds a history of faithfulness in your heart that shouts down present fears. It transforms your perspective from, here is another problem, to, here is another opportunity to see God move. This is your practical path. Ground, observe, bless. Be present. Remember, this is how you walk through the world as a carrier of light, not as a victim of shadows. You are not hiding your light under a basket of fear. You are lifting it high on the stand of a wise, grounded, and loving spirit. You are learning the art of spiritual warfare, waged from a place of profound rest. Do you receive this practical guidance? Does it give form to your next steps? If your spirit says yes, then make your commitment. Speak this declaration of practice. I will walk in this wisdom. My beloved, we have journeyed through deep waters together. We have uncovered the nature of your light, decoded the reactions of the world, embraced the inner work, and mapped the path of practical wisdom. Now, as we conclude, I speak to you not merely of survival, but of destiny. This light you carry, this sometimes troubling, often misunderstood radiance, has a supreme purpose. It is not for you alone. The unease it causes is but a minor tremor compared to the seismic shift it is destined to create. Your light is a herald. It announces a new reality. It prepares the way for what I am about to do, both in you and through you. Understand this final, glorious truth. The very resistance you face is a geographical marker. It confirms you are on the right path, standing at the border of your next territory. The enemy does not waste his strategies on those who are dormant or drifting. The friction you feel is proof that you are moving with a momentum that threatens the kingdom of darkness. Your light is not just a personal trait, it is an advancing front. Every time you choose peace over drama, truth over complicity, and love over retaliation, you are not just managing your emotions, you are reclaiming ground. You are establishing a beachhead of heaven in the midst of chaos. Therefore, my precious one, lift your eyes from the immediate tension. See with the lens of eternity. The colleague who subtly undermines you, the relative who misunderstands you, the acquaintance who excludes you, they are not the story. They are merely the terrain through which you are walking. The story is the pilgrimage of your spirit toward its appointed purpose. This light is drawing you, like a homing beacon, toward the people, places, and assignments that resonate with its same frequency. The very ones who cannot bear your light are, in their rejection, inadvertently propelling you toward your true tribe, your divine connections, your season of flourishing. I am using the pressure of their unease to squeeze you into your ordained shape. A diamond is not formed in comfortable surroundings. It is created under immense, sustained pressure. That is your process. The social pressure, the emotional pressure, the spiritual pressure. It is all applying the necessary force to reveal the brilliant, multifaceted, unbreakable gem I have always seen you to be. Do not pray for the pressure to cease. Pray for the courage to withstand it until the transformation is complete. Your emergence will be stunning. Now I give you your final mandate. Step into your authority as a light bearer. Stop apologizing for the space you occupy. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. The world has enough shadows. It is crying out for authentic light. Your calm in the storm is not passive. It is powerful. Your joy in trial is not denial. It is defiance. Your love in the face of rejection is not weakness. It is the most potent force in the universe. Wear your light not as a secret, but as a banner. Let it be the first thing people sense about you and the last thing they remember. Your journey from this point is one of increased luminosity. As you walk in the practical wisdom we have discussed, grounded, observant, blessing, guarding, your light will not just shine, it will pierce. It will begin to not only expose lack, but to fill it. It will not only reveal sickness, but to heal it. You will move from being a mirror that shows people their condition to being a conduit that offers them the cure. The same presence that once stirred unease will begin to draw the hungry, the thirsty, the desperate seekers of truth. You will become a sanctuary for the wounded and a compass for the lost. So, my beloved, my set-apart one, go forward from this moment with a new understanding and a solidified spirit. The hidden light is no longer hidden, not from you. You know its source, its purpose, and its power. You are equipped to navigate its effects. When you feel the old familiar unease from others, you will no longer flinch inward with doubt. You will smile inwardly with recognition. You will think, the light is doing its work. And you will send a silent blessing their way. Anchor yourself in me and continue your path unshaken. This revelation is now yours. It is sealed to you. Let it settle into the marrow of your bones and the fabric of your spirit. You are a child of light. Walk in it. Radiate it. Change your world with it. If this truth has taken full residence in your heart, if you are ready to embrace this identity and walk in this authority, then let your spirit roar its agreement with the final, sealing declaration. Speak it with all the conviction I have placed within you. My beloved, precious family, if this word has resonated in the depths of your spirit, if you felt your own journey named, your hidden battles explained, and your divine identity affirmed, then you understand, this is more than just a message. This is a gathering. This is the sound of a tribe being called together, a family of light bearers, of set-apart ones, of those who feel the unease around them, but are choosing to shine anyway. This word was for you, but it is not for you alone. It is for every weary warrior who needs to know they are not imagining the tension, for every gentle heart wondering why they feel so different, for every seeker longing for a place where their depth is understood, not questioned. And this is where you have a sacred role to play. First, I urge you, become a pillar of this community. If you found shelter, clarity, and strength here, then hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Do not let this connection be a one-time encounter. By subscribing, you are planting your flag here. You are saying, this is a source of my light. This is where I get fed truth. You are also ensuring that this light reaches further into the darkness. Every subscriber is another point of light on the map, showing others the way home. Second, for those who feel a stirring to sow directly into this ground. If this ministry has been a lifeline, if these words have been water to your parched spirit, and you feel led to support this work practically, you can do so through the Super Chat feature during our live streams or through the channel membership. Your support is not just a donation, it is a partnership. It is an act of faith that says, this light must keep shining. This truth must keep going out. It enables us to reach more of the isolated, the misunderstood, the ones still hiding their light under a basket of fear. You become a co-steward of this ministry of revelation. Third, I invite you into the inner circle. For those who seek deeper connection, consistent nourishment, and a closer walk with fellow believers on this unique path, consider joining our channel membership. This is your dedicated space beyond the public videos, a place for exclusive content, for deeper teachings, for live Q&A sessions where we can seek understanding together, and for a private community where you can share your journey with others who truly get it. It is a sanctuary for the set apart, built just for you. My precious family, this world needs your light, desperately. And you need a community that reflects it back to you, that strengthens it, and that cheers you on. Let us not walk this path in isolated silence any longer. Take your step now. Subscribe to stay connected. Use Super Chat to sow into this work and have your message highlighted. Join the membership to come inside, to belong, and to go deeper. Click the join button below. Let's build this house of light together. Your presence here is no accident. This is your tribe. This is your time. I love you. I am with you. Now go and shine. Amen.